And here he is, guys. Here's Charlie.
Hey everybody, it's Reed back at you again with Minnesota Pet Patrol. So that 10-second clip that you just watched is the only video that I got of Charlie Bulger directly. When he got met up with at about 12:45 at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, he pulled into a parking lot, saw a law enforcement officer, presumably freaked out, decided to pull outside the parking lot, turn his lights off, and then the cop decided to pull him over. At that point, I had to make contact with the law enforcement officer and let her know what was going on. And she called her sergeant and another officer over, and in the next clip here shortly, you're going to hear a segment of the conversation that I had with the law enforcement officer and what transpired. Obviously, he was able to drive away free because of the conversation and the context that I had. So, that being said, we're going to go to the next clip. You guys are going to hear the conversation of me and the law enforcement officer.
Called over and filled in a little bit on what's going on. So, my understanding is the conversation that you had with him was that he's going to meet up with a 15-year-old boy. He knows it's a 15-year-old boy, and they're going to fool around.
At his house, correct.
Okay. At this point, we have no... obviously, things can be presumed when someone says that they're going to go and fool around.
Understood.
We have nothing like he's not saying specific sexual acts at this point to you? Okay.
That's my issue. He was very quick about it. I mean, this was like a matter of like an hour, and it was, want to meet up right now. And like I said, we just, obviously this was, I didn't assume you guys would do anything. This is more, I was actually just hoping to talk to him about this for a little while. Obviously I can't, that's fine. But if I met him in the parking lot where I planned on at the holiday, I was going to ask him what his thoughts were and why he'd do this. And obviously.
No, I've seen these things before. They're like, so I've done these before. Like I've done these like, as an actual operation before.
Yep.
And there are certain things that we have to abide by during the operation to verify and work off of case law and precedents and prior things that judges have set up as a result of these things that we need to abide by.
Yep.
Obviously, a private citizen can kind of go about this however they want to. And while there could be some benefit in that, it kind of sometimes can put us in a weird spot too, because we don't know how everything transpired. Not that I'm not that I'm disagreeing with how everything, or I'm saying no, it couldn't have happened like that or whatever. I believe you. But like from a legality standpoint, let's say we go up and we grab this guy's phone for a search warrant that may actually have evidence on that phone. A judge is probably going to scoff at that because they're going to look at it and say, so who is the person that started your investigation, right? And,
understood.
And that's the tough part on that. Like when we do these things, it's literally like a team of people that are all sitting around computers, and all this stuff is documented and researched, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on. And I'll tell you, on a few of these ones that we did, they were pulling guns out of people's cars. I mean, I'm sure you've seen it all, right?
Oh yeah.
And you see the other YouTube videos and that kind of thing. We would like...
So in summary, the law enforcement officer is unable to make an arrest off the presumption of fooling around, even though we all know what fooling around means. He was going to meet up with a 15-year-old boy at 1 o'clock in the morning to fool around. Suspicious. So, in the next clip, we're going to be leaving the text message threads between the decoy and Charlie, and in those, we're going to slow it down so you can read through those. In one of them, he even says, "Are you a cop?" And I say, "No." To which he says, "Okay," and then continues on with driving to meet up. So I'd like to hear what you guys have to think about this. He lives in the Prior Lake area. He's a fairly successful businessman, lives on Prior Lake, directly on the lake, lakeshore access, to which when I link in the description a similar case with his sibling on a private beach that exposed himself to children, I'd like your guys' thoughts. You know, share this video, send it to your family, let them all see he lives in the area, and I'd like you guys to comment below, and we'll continue on with working with catching people.